You need E1.
What are you hanging around for, Moon? You perhaps thinking that something edible will fall from the sky into your pores?
I mean, obviously.
Unfortunately for you, that's what happened. When did your food get?
While you were having a shower? I realize it can be quite hard to hear the door while you are in the shower, so...
Oh, so it came when I was in the shower?
Hmm?
It came when I was in the shower?
Yeah.
Make sure you eat.
I have already eaten.
I know.
There's one piece of pizza left.
Yeah, just make sure you eat.
Need E? Yeah, do I need I? No. Yeah. Oh, by the way, as soon as you went into the shower, Moo was right where you were sitting before. But do you know that he's a faggot?
Yes, I do.
How could you tell?
You told me he likes to stare at your dick. Something really homosexual with you. Believe me, I would know.
And to be perfectly fair, yes, you did too. I'm surprised. So far, there've been like 3 people in my chat, right? That were like already interested in Gundam and in Gunpla, so the building part of it too. B23. What do I need? D12? I need D15 on this page. No. But D13. I need D14. Also no. F128. No, I'm not going that far down yet. I'm only doing the parts that are common on both. So, G. H1 and 229. L1 and L2 10. Okay. Oh no, my stream information is correct. I'm stupid. I changed it yesterday. For some reason, I thought I hadn't changed it.
Mary, stop that.
What is he doing?
He's licking himself very loudly.
Hmm.
something like that onto your beard. The same logic I use when when you touch my butt.
Why? What would you do if I weren't?
You get a schmack.
I'd get a smack.
I'm just kidding. The only people who get a smack for touching my butt is when it's unwanted.
Mm.
Fun fact, I had a classmate do that to me once, and then he was absolutely, completely shocked.
Or that he got hit.
Yeah.
Like, who would have expected that? Who could have expected that?
Apparently not him. I got in trouble at first, but then I explained what happened, and then he was like, oh, okay. And that was the first and last time that a teacher ever fucking believed me.
Well, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, but high school teachers are dicks.
I agree. I just realized I've been cutting most of the supports off without it being properly on camera.
I gotta get me a proper one of these.
Of which? Of those?
Yeah, I have one, but it's shit.
So, like the one that I have there.
I don't know, these ones are pretty good. One thing's for sure, your nail file actually has the file part on it.
Mm-hmm.
The tweezers actually close. And the nail clipper can actually clip nails. So as far as I'm concerned, this is way better than what I had.
You want to know how much that one cost?
How much?
I bought it back in Germany, so it was about 10-ish euros. No, 7 euros.
And in AUD that would be?
Like somewhere around 15 at max.
I paid $20 for my kit and it doesn't even fucking work. You paid 15 and yours works. I can't even get a refund for it either because I bought it when I was up in fucking Queensland. Not in Queensland, in New South Wales. It's not like I could just travel interstate to get a refund for $15. Not $15, $20. Are you having a fun time watching me fix my toenail?
Yeah, he thinks you're grooming yourself like he does to himself.
He's watching me very intently, so I'm thinking...
He's like, ah, so this is how humans groom themselves.
Correction, this is how humans with an extremely high pain tolerance groom themselves. Fucked up shitty goddamn nails like this.
Don't worry, I normally fix my ingrown toenail. Well, I don't fix it myself. I just alleviate the pain. And I fix it temporarily for about 2 weeks. Sometimes more.
the most annoying thing is that I could totally fix it right now, but in order to do that, I would have to cut some of the flesh a little. And that would make a lot of blood, and I just can't be bothered dealing with that. And also, I don't have my own kid here, so I just want.
I mean, I have some pretty sharp and pointy knives here, so.
Yeah, and unfortunately, a knife is not exact enough. So all that would cut off something that it would cut off too much, and I would create too big of a wound instead of the little slice that I usually do, and so then it usually heals up and doesn't leave a scar. At least, so far, it has not.
Do you normally just cut it with, like, the scissors?
I usually cut it with a razor. Like a razor blade. Very, very small amount, just enough so I can get to the...
Delay, when I say knife.
Okay, yeah, that would help a lot, but again, I'm not going to do that, because if Mud comes back and there's a bunch of bloody tissues in the trash can, they're going to be like, what the fuck happened?
Murder. We killed the upstairs neighbors. Because they dropped vibrators on the floor. Hey, you were one of the people here hearing that. I was asleep when that happened.
Did I?
Yeah. That happened one of the times where you stayed over. Where you were playing Baldur's Gate with Mod.
I don't remember.
No, an interesting part about the railguns. This model kit doesn't. Oh, the instructions of the model kit do not consider the two railguns as weapons.
They're railguns.
They have literally the word gun in their name. I would say they are weapons. But because these directly attach to the waste assembly, The only thing annoying me about the camera, yeah. Because it does have a mirror. I kind of wish it would not do that. You good? What? In your mouth. How'd that get there?
The cat sitting right in front of me.
Moo, you have some explaining to do.
Let me take it. I'm using this.
Maybe he wants his nails clipped.
Trust me, Mary, you do not want your nails clipped. You will hate me forever. I will come over and you will just hiss it.
We have proper scissors for
I
that
know.
too.
I've seen them in the cupboard. Oh, rude. Your claws are sharp, man. Come on.
I don't know what his problem with feet is.
Just let me take the nail clippers. Should do that actually, because if I clip off one of his whiskers, I will feel so bad. Even though he'll probably just be very annoyed. I know I said I wanted to go over really badly, but after this, I think I just want to go apply for jobs again.
You're gonna what?
I'm just gonna apply for jobs on my phone.
Mm-hmm. Even though you technically got a job?
You know what?
Wasn't there the one job that you need the RSA for?
Oh yeah. But they haven't contacted me, so I'm just gonna be realistic.
I mean, I guess they're waiting for you to contact them that, hey, I've got my RSA.
They told me that they'd contact me, and because they told me that as long as I'm like telling them that I'm getting it and everything.
Hmm.
I don't know why I'm doing this. I fully well know that my nail's just gonna grow thick again, even though I'm thinning them out. Wishful thinking.
Yep.
My God, my nail, it's flat. This is so fucking weird.
Having flat nails.
Yeah, instead of like angled nails. hold that for me? Thanks, man. Never mind, Camille was helping.
Who was helping? What is he doing?
Can you hold this now? Hold this. This one. Hold this one. Tree. There you go. When I give him the nail file, then I can go out and grab the nail clippers, and then I give him the nail clippers and I can grab the nail file, so it's like he's helping. I hold it in. Oh dear. Such a good boy. Very helpful actually. I'm really bullying you. I think it's really helpful. I'm actually gonna take a picture and send it to him. Actually, no, I'm gonna take a video.
Mm-hmm. I don't mind my hiccups in the background.
Sometimes he gets a bit confused. Take this one back. Very helpful boy. Just gets a little confused because he's not smart. He's stupid. He's orange.
Yes. It is so very hard being so very orange.
I'll just send it to you as well.
Wait, I needed
But
that.
the weird thing is that it's actually helpful because the tools are black, and sometimes because I'm looking at the flashlight of my phone, my eyes get used to the lights, and then it's hard for them to adjust. But I can just see it underneath the floor.
Mm-hmm.
So it's easier for me. Like I save like 2 seconds, but it's still helpful. Yeah, she hold that one. Can you hold this one for me too? Like, I'm teaching your cat how to help with manicures.
Goddamn. You know that's a pedicure?
Pedicure. Thank you. I didn't say you could take it yet. Still using it, dummy. What are your expectations for Rebellion?
A lot of pain and suffering.
You're learning. You're learning.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, but that were kind of my expectations the entire time.
Smart.
Me?
That's what you would call. I would call this a butcher of 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 nails.
Not a pedicure.
No, I would call this a butcher considering there's blood involved.
Mm.
Only a little. I nicked myself only a little. It's fine. I can't actually get any.
Well, yesterday, did you watch my stream with sound? There you go.
Remember, I asked if you were okay to send us a cough.
I have literally no recollection of coughing at all.
Yeah, I don't know what it was then.
No idea.
Reminds me of a. Yeah, I'm gonna sound really old. But I really enjoyed watching them with my mum. There's this old TV show called Miss Marple.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the episodes, I forgot which one it was called. But the guy is murdered by a gunshot.
Yeah.
And so then they're questioning everybody, and the housekeeper is like, "Well, I did hear a very loud sneeze." And then said sneeze turned out to be the gunshot because she was listening to the radio on full board.
Mm.
She could barely hear it, so she had assumed it was a sneeze. But I just always think about that moment, and it's kind of just like, how do you mistake a sneeze for a gunshot?
No, a gunshot for a sneeze.
A gunshot for a sneeze. How do you do that?
Like that cop in the US that mistook a fucking acorn falling on the top of his car for gunshots.
No fucking way that would ever... Wait, did you say pop?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind, that makes sense.
Especially in the US.
Exactly. Thank God Australia's police isn't so bad, but it's still pretty bad. And all still very much jerks.
I don't know, the interactions I've made so far were pretty nice.
What?
On the outside, you are too.
Yeah, but when you start being, when you're afraid, you say a lot of shit, and then when you say a lot of shit, cops tend to not be nice. To be unfair, it was my own fault, but the cop didn't need to still be that aggressive.
Mm.
Walking home with my bike. Didn't have my helmet. I knew there was a cop around. Walking my bike. They pulled me over. They'd be like, "Where'd you get the bike from, huh? Huh?" And I explained to them it was mine. I didn't have a helmet, so I wasn't gonna ride in the dark without a helmet. I lived about half an hour away, so I could just walk and it was fine. I took out my keys. Stuck them in the bike lock, the only lock the bike had.
Mm.
And I was like, "Yep, see, look, it's mine." And they were still being very, very aggressive. And then I just got really annoyed, being like, "So what? This is what you're not full of? Two white cops antagonizing a partially Aboriginal person."
Mm.
Because, I was getting annoyed, and I know that's not the best thing to say, I'm well aware. But then after I said that, they got a little bit more aggressive, being like, "Well, you shouldn't be out by yourself anyway, you should be at home in bed." And I explained to them that I was 19, and they were like, "Yeah, well, you should still be at home in bed, the streets are a place for a kid." Okay, I was just going to the store to grab.
Well, they shouldn't be
Something?
such a fucking cunt.
You know what I mean? Or the. What about me or the police officers?
I said they.
Oh. And then I was explaining to them about how it's just like I'm just heading out because I don't drive and I like getting exercise. So I took my bike. And then they were like, so you were riding without a helmet? And I was like, well, it's kind of obvious, isn't it? Which I'm surprised they didn't ticket me for. Instead, they just got really annoyed and aggressive, and they started asking me for my personal details. Phone number, where I live, my full name. And so obviously I was slightly terrified, so I just fucking lied. And then, as they were driving off, I heard one of them say, "Also, I'm not white, dipshit." And then they drove off. And then I just rode my bike home. Gotta love the cop at the end. He was just like, "Well, I'm not white, dipshit," and then proceeds to drive off with his coworker.
Mm.
The street is no place for a little kid. Oh,
Gotta love the cops in Geelong.
I love you. Oh, you poor little 19-year-old baby. Oh, you're just a baby, aren't you? Oh, you poor little baby out here stealing bikes. You're so obviously stealing the bicycle. It's certainly not yours at all. Even though you assured us that you have the keys to the bike lock, the only bike lock on that bike. We're still gonna be a little jerk because, oh, you're just a little baby and we're getting a fucking power trip. That's all they fucking do. In my experience, that's all they fucking do. They get a fucking power trip out of it. So yeah, I don't really like the police. I'm not really a big fan of them. The only fan of the police I am was that one dude who saw me limping home after I went swimming. It's fuck sea urchins. Because the sea urchin, was swimming and the sea urchin's spine went in between my
Toes.
Yeah, no, I wish. So you know how he got this bone? He got this bone.
Mm.
The sea urchin's spine went between said bones. So I was limping all the way back, no thanks to the stupid bitch lifeguards who were just sitting there having a conversation and not registering at all that I was sticking my arms up, waving to them, being like, hey, help, I can barely get to shore. I crawled speaking of which, I crawled my ass out of that water and I told them maybe you'd be good at your job if you were paying attention instead of bickering about boys or some shit. And there was a very obvious blood on my foot from where I had been stabbed by the sea urchin. So I went over to my shit. Did you know one of the lifeguards comes over and she offers me a band-aid, saying, like, here, as an apology, I'm really sorry. And I just said, what am I gonna do with this? A tiny ass band-aid for my toe that is very much bleeding excessively.
Yeah, but they could be helping.
You could have helped, so I just said thanks for nothing. And then I just told her to keep the band-aid. And I took my ass all the way back to the fucking shore. And I was like, yeah, well, I'm not riding. So then I was limping, I guess, is a more appropriate term, with my fucking bike. And then this cop pulls over, and he's just like, what happened? You alright? Because he sees the blood, he sees me limping. Mind you, this is an elderly cop. Like, I kid you not, the cliche only a week from retirement kind of dude.
Mm.
And he was so sweet, so nice. He helped me put my bike in, and I was of course a little anxious, so he showed me his police thing and everything, even though I had no idea that cops had actual things like that. I thought that was just fiction and, like, you know, oh, we're FBI and they pull out the shit.
You did not think cops had badges?
well, no, because I don't really think a lot of Babcocks. But anyway, he pulled that out and was just like, yeah, I'm a real cop. Don't worry, you're in safe hands. And I was like, okay. And then not only did he put my bike in his car all by himself, he then drove me home. And then as he was driving me home, he sat there and waited until I got inside my house. And then he like came up to the front door and was just like, if you were wondering why I was hanging around even after I dropped you off, it's just so to make sure that you actually get into the house, because I wouldn't want to leave you alone when you have an injury like this. And then I said thank you, which was very sweet of him, and then he left, and I haven't seen him ever again. What a fucking cool dude. I went on a bit of a rant there, I'm sorry. But like that dude is awesome. Shout out to that guy. Don't remember his name. I know he told me. Don't remember. I'd love to stretch out, but Mill is like right there, so I'll just deal with this.
I'll just stretch out anyway.
I'm not going to disturb him. He's gonna cook before.
Small.
What is it?
It is. It would be the scope for this thing.
Which of the following fits the definition of one standard drink? It depends what type of drink you're fucking having, isn't it?
No. Not completely.
Or a 200 milliliter glass of wine.
Think so.
Because the other option is 30 ml shot of spirits, 375 milliliter can of full strength beer.
Hold up. It might be all of the above.
There is no option for all of the above. It's only one out of the three.
One standard drink. Let's just go for Victoria. One standard drink is any containing 10 grams of alcohol. Thanks. Standard drinks guide. It is not 300 milliliters of full strength beer. What were the options?
200 milliliters glass of wine, 30 milliliter shot of spirits, 375 milliliter can of full strength beer.
375 milliliter can of mid-strength beer. Because a full strength beer can is 1.4 standard drinks. So
I'm like 90% sure it's the wine.
Straight spirits 30 milliliters, one standard drink.
That's the answer?
Because the wine is one standard drink, 100 milliliters.
So it's 30 more shot of spirits.
Yes.
Right, okay.
Spirits, straight spirits. High strength 30 milliliter. One standard drink. And a normal bottle contains roughly 22 standard drinks. important information.
Thank you.
I am pretty sure Erin would have told you that without having to Google it, but... Hey, Erin has an eyes, eh? I don't. What was that?
Me saying fuck.
Hold on. The fucking out of G runner. Wait, hold on. When the fuck did I use G17? Or when the fuck was I supposed to use G17? You good?
Yeah, I did it.
Because the thing just told me all parts on runner G have been removed. But there's one part in runner G left. So I'm confusion.
Perhaps you missed one.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. Ah, yeah. Well, since I don't use the extra hands, I have officially removed all parts on runner G except G17. G17 is for the extra hands, which I won't be using. Because I like the fully articulated hands. Also, it's very nice of this instruction thingy to actually tell me, hey, you've removed all the parts on these runners now. You can throw them away, you don't need them anymore.
Do most instruction booklets do that?
The older ones don't. Ugh. Can you maybe get me another water bottle? Fuel, don't mind. Thank you. Huh? All Twitch chat will say is oh no, he's making use of a woman to bring him stuff. He's a misogynist.
Would be true if I was a woman. Get right to Twitch chat. You just assume someone's gender. Jail for 1,000 years.
Next time. Well, how much? Guess. Oh, 600. Jail. Would you look at that? It's one whole ass rifle.
Gun.
With one of the two.
One of the two guns.
Hmm. Okay, now I do need J13, which is all parts on the J1 runner. Right. Do I have F1 parts in this one? No, I have F2 parts in this one. Do I have A6 again? J2, 22. And 21. What's 9 plus 10? 21.
What? What's wrong?
Huh?
He was looking at himself and then he just snapped around like something happened.
Me. I snapped around like something happened? Or...
Or mirror.
I don't know, maybe the word 21 triggers something in him. Maybe he's a Russian sleeper agent. The numbers move, what do they mean? And I have another 2 pilots that I can hide somewhere on the shelf in various places. Hmm? No. Yeah. Fucking kids. No, when I built the perfect group, the large one in the back, that one came with 3 pilot models, 4 including the one that's sitting inside, that I just put all around. And this one comes with 2 pilot models. Oh, play.
Hmm. Oh. Okay.
That and one of Sonic's legs.
Metal Sonic's leg.
Still Sonic.
Sonic would beg to differ.
Sonic's problem.
It actually is his problem.
Let me guess, it's a problem created by Dr. Eggman.
Yes, Metal Sonic is Eggman's creation.
Because Eggman can't fucking beat Sonic any other way.
Not beat Sonic in general. Metal Sonic and Sonic were at a stalemate. Nothing ever happened.
Damn. I hope tonight I don't wake up too many times.
I'm sorry.
You are fine.
It is technically my fault, but
Well, I could have had 2 hours of more sleep had I gone to bed at 10 instead of streaming.
you are so gross. You are so gross. You are so damn gross. You are gross.
Is this because of the sounds he makes when he
Yes.
cleans himself? Or does Ruby not make these sounds?
Ruby does make these sounds, and I hate them just as much. Believe me, it does not matter the cat. It is still gross to me.
I assume your dad already knew that you were planning on coming back home on Monday?
Yeah.
Okay. How did I completely miss that? And Erin too?
Well, Dad doesn't really care. He's just like, okay, come home whenever, bye.
It's just, you kind of would need to tell us such things. Like how long you are planning to stay.
But it's fine, I said until Monday.
Uh,
Mayhaps, and this is very, very possible. Mayhaps I thought about telling you, and then I misremembered.
well, you most certainly did not text me it. Because you remember the thing Erin was talking about this morning with social battery.
Yes.
Especially because next weekend on Friday, a friend is coming over that is going to be here on the weekend. He's only going to be here Friday night.
Did you mute your stream?
I know, I don't really care. Because he's coming for a whole life concert thingy. Which is on Saturday night. And then he discovered at the same location has an event he wants to go to on Friday night. For which he's gonna be staying here. Because he only had the hotel booked from Saturday to Sunday. And yes, I know I can mute the stream. And unmute my mic.
I'm sorry. Not too much.
No. Remember, I said I would tell you if you are.
Okay, please do.
Also, Erin's reaction this morning to what you were saying is exactly how I was playing out that conversation in my head yesterday.
What reaction?
The way that Erin reacted to what you talked about this morning.
Oh. For me crying and her being like, yeah, okay.
I did not mean to burp. At least not that loud. But yeah, to that whole thing. It's like I told you yesterday, I even from just knowing both people that are partaking in a conversation, I can kind of tell how the depending on what the conversation is going to be about, I can kind of tell how the conversation will be going, which is another reason I told you yesterday to just tell them how you feel. Because if I had at any moment thought that would not go well, I don't think I would have suggested that.
He can have the letter.
He can have those.
Yeah.
You want to know what's interesting?
Oh, sorry. I am sorry, but could you like repeat everything you just said?
Were you busy with Moo?
Yeah.
I repeat that later. Stream does not need to hear it again. Chat does not need to hear it again, I mean. You've done.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, the only reason this Gundam didn't have hip armor on the sides is because that's where the railguns go. Which I find somewhat funny, because that means that motherfucker just uses the railguns like this. While he uses his normal guns. Anyway, Let's see. You know what? Finish the railguns. Enough streaming for today.